Good morning. Good morning to you. Hello. Oh, it's okay. As soon as I get through doing my Sunday school on YouTube, I will send you the link for your reading. All right. Bye bye. All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning. That's what I was trying to do. I'm doing very well. Thank you. I have no complaints. I have no complaints this Sunday. I feel good. I feel great. Yesterday was a little rough for me. Um, Good morning. Yesterday was a little rough for me only because I was kind of battling how I felt about Simois. Yesterday was his death anniversary. It's been 4 years since he passed. And I dedicate this to him. I dedicate all this series to him because this is something that he said years ago that I was going to be doing. And I thought that was hilarious because I was like, green away. But we're here. We are here. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. May his peace be with you. I'm okay. I'm just tripping. All right. So we are here. We are here. And I did have a good Valentine's Day. I worked. How was y'all Valentine's Day? What did y'all do? I worked. I worked a lot. And then after I worked, I went to bed. Because I don't really look at Valentine's Day as this big whatever. Because I feel like I'm celebrated every day. And I feel like I get balloons and flowers all the time. And you went on a date? Okay. A date on Valentine's. Okay. I feel like I get that already. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I have to have a particular, so to speak, a particular thing, which is great. It's great to have that. And I'm definitely not saying no or whatever. It's just that I'm celebrated every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel good every day. I feel seen every day. I feel appreciated every day. Like I just, so I mean, I don't want you to buy me no flowers because they die. You ain't gotta buy me that. Buy me some more jewelry or upgrade my car or give me a new Benz. You know what I'm saying? I be on some shit like that. I don't give a fuck about no flowers, no candy. I can buy that myself. I just want you to keep treating me the way you treat me. Like I feel like every day Valentine's Day for me. I really do. I just, the cards and stuff, that's so sweet. Like that is. But I mean, I get all of that all the time. I get like the words of affirmation and I get all of that. I'm in the process of moving my store and I don't want to have to do all that and I don't want to have to work hard like that and I don't want to have to, facilitate all these different things. And so for me, I mean, I was still working yesterday. I just would prefer just make my load, make my load lighter and just, you know what I'm saying? Like dote on me like that and dote on me with the new Mercedes or, Don't know me would buy me that pool I want in my backyard. Like, I get all of that, and that's great. And I get flowers and stuff all the time. I get candy and stuff all the time. Like, like I don't know. Shit. Cause they were like, what did you get? I was like, I really didn't get nothing, but I get stuff all the time. I get stuff every day. Like girl, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. To me, my Valentine's Day was what it was. It was good. But every day like that for me now. I don't even know why I'm blushing, Jesus. But every day be like, I don't know. Every day be like that for me. So, so it's great. It's great, and I'm sure if I want to do any of that stuff, I can get it. But I don't know. Let y'all enjoy your holiday. Enjoy being celebrated. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy somebody celebrating you. Like, that's a great feeling. But I get it every day. But that's how I feel. I feel like it's Valentine's Day all the time. I'm telling you, I ain't never smiled this much in my life. I'm talking my teeth just be showing. And I guess I'm finally starting to see what everybody else is seeing as far as like my glow or whatever. I'm just really in a good space, and I don't know. Like, I'm straight. Like, I don't have no complaints about nothing, and I have a phenomenal husband. You know what I'm saying? It's like the nigga said, "Put me in, coach," and he was, and he just, you know. So I, yeah. So I don't. Everybody could ask me what you get. You didn't post nothing. Well, I mean, well, it's great to see you too. It's great to see everybody. Well, anyway, this ain't what we discussing. um, I mean, the fact that my nervous system is so it's just great, and I just love it. So anyway, good morning, good morning, good morning. So before we start, I need you to understand something. Okay. So Genesis 6, it's not a nursery story. This is not about animals walking politely into a boat 2 by 2. This is not about what happens when civilization rots from the inside out and God stops arguing. Because we've been walking through Genesis chapter by chapter. We've been walking through it. And I want to do like a little recap, so to speak, if y'all don't mind. Because we went through five chapters already. Chapter 1, you might want to write it down, get your Bibles and everything too, was order. Genesis 2, it was about design. Genesis 3, it was about distrust. Genesis 4, it was about violence. In Genesis 5, it was about death. So do you see the slope? Humanity literally is not improving. It's accelerating at a fast fucking pace towards collapsing. And now in Genesis 6, where imagination itself becomes corrupt, So this is when God grieves. And this is where the clock starts ticking. And one man literally builds, which is Noah. All right. And just so we can go through, I wanted to, let me click off of it. Yeah. Why everybody named motherfucking mama? Trying to text me? No. I want to go through chapter 6, very open-minded, but it was a lot, y'all. It was a lot. And so I'm going to go through it and kind of take my time as well and not rush. You know what I'm saying? So again, the recap so far is Genesis 1, order from chaos. So we studied the divine structure, the light separating from darkness. Creation was intentional, it was layered, and it was governed. Then you had Genesis 2, that was design and assignment. We examined identity before performance. Man was forced with purpose before productivity. That's what we said. Then Genesis 3, it was the fucking fracture. Damn it. I went 11 minutes and 37 seconds and I said I wouldn't go cuss. God damn. And I did it again. Shit. I be trying so bad not to be foul mouthed. I really, really fucking do. I've been cussing before the 11 minutes. Okay, anyway. Then you have Genesis 4. That was the first blood. That was jealousy turned into murder. Worship without heart became violence. And then you have chapter 5. Chapter 5 is the generational echo. Lineage matter, right? So what you build or break continues beyond you. So now we arrive at chapter 6. Chapter 6 is the autopsy of civilization. Okay, this is where boundaries collapse, power corrupts structure, imagination becomes violent, and God sets a deadline. Ain't that a bitch and he created everything? I digress. However, before the rain came, corruption had already saturated the earth. All right? It had already saturated the earth. And that was just so fucked up to me. So let's begin. Y'all got your Bibles? Well, you got your Bibles. I be trying to put all this stuff in order, but I can't. I can't put all this shit in order. I be really trying. Because I works on this throughout the whole week. I works on this throughout the whole week. So just a reminder, chapter 6 is not gentle. It's not sentimental. It's like an autopsy report of civilization. Okay, so it's very dark, but it's very precise. And y'all just bear with me. So the first thing in Genesis chapter 6, verses 1 through 4, he said, the sons of God saw the daughters of men. So this passage introduces sons of God, the daughters of men, and also the Nephilim. Okay, so Scott, if I'm not pronouncing it right, I apologize. It's Nephilim. Okay, and scholars interpret it. They say that they were angelic beings cohabitating with humans. So now you have angels existing with humans. The godly line of Seth intermarrying with the corrupt line of Cain. Then you have the ancient warrior kings claiming divine status. So, regardless of the interpretation, the theological point is clear. Fucking boundaries are being violated. Heaven and earth are mixed in ways they were not designed to. Did y'all know that? Did you know that? And that power consumed beauty. That's why beauty reigns today. And then desire ignored consequence. So when the hierarchy overrides holiness, corruption multiplies. See, the Nephilium, or the Neophilium, or those were the giants. I bet you I didn't know that they talked about giants in the Bible. Giants, or they called them the fallen ones. That symbolized what happened when power is born without accountability. And I'm going to go a little deeper into that. So when he said, and this is verses 1-4. So let's break this down. Okay. The sons of God saw the daughters of men. So the translation in plain language is heaven looked down, desire was activated, boundaries clocked out. And like nobody asked the HR, they was just doing what the fuck they wanted to do. Then, who are these sons of God? See, a lot of people like to argue that fallen angels who decided that earth was Tinder. That was a place where they can go and hook up. And then you had like the good church boys. That's the line of Seth. Marrying the wrong crowd. Good morning. Then you have the ancient tyrant kings calling themselves divine and taking whoever they wanted. So, in other words, supernatural rebellion, spiritual compromise, and political ego. Pick your flavor, because all three ended in chaos. See, they saw, and notice it started with sight. It was not a covenant. It was not wisdom. It was not permission. They saw. That's it. Attraction without governance is power without restraint. That's how all collapses will begin. And they took. And they took. See, the Hebrew implies force. But they didn't court. They didn't pray. They just took. So this isn't romance. This is appetite with authority. You know what I'm saying? It's like when power think it's entitled, it stop asking. Like Aries and Leo men. So then enters in the Nephilium. These are the giants. These are the mighty men. These are the men of renown. Translation: they're the men of influence. They're impressive and they're also feared. Here's the catch. They are the offspring of violated boundaries. Power plus beauty minus accountability, it equals monsters. And not the cartoon monsters, but the cultural monsters. It's men who dominate systems, men who normalize violence, and men who build empires on ego. Doesn't that sound familiar to what's going on today? Doesn't it? Kind of seems like history repeating itself, don't you think? Maybe it's just me. See, Everybody wants to argue, were there angels, were they kings, was it set line? Meanwhile, Genesis is saying, bitch, you missed the point. Bitch, you missed the point. The point is, when hierarchy overrides holiness, right, corruption multiplies. The lesson for me was God fucked up his creation and did a hard reset. So can I? Hello, come on. It ain't emotional decision. Do what needs to be done. I'm an HR employee. Okay, let's go. See, because this is what the problem was. Heaven and earth mixed wrong. So if heaven is a place, right? Let's just say that it is for this context. Light from darkness, water from land. So Genesis 6 shows the collapse of separation. So it's spiritual from physical, authority from morality. So God designed structure. Humans redesigned access. This is very heavy. Fuck. See, the real lesson is the nephilium or nephilim symbolizes what happens when power literally doesn't have any accountability. Ain't that like it is now? And beauty is consumed. It's not honored. What do motherfuckers want to do? They always want to consume you. Is that not what's happening now? And then influence is mistaken for righteousness. What do we do with these spiritual leaders? We put them up on this pedestal because they offer influencers because they influence. You understand? But being a influencer is not the same as mistaking it for being righteous. So just because you have the access, so honestly, you get giants. Are you a giant? Because you're impressive in size, but you're empty in your soul. Like literally, heaven swiped right, earth didn't read the terms and conditions, and the children grew up to be legends for all the wrong reasons. And God looked down and says, this is not what the fuck I built. This is what the fuck. Like, God was saying, bitch, this ain't what I wasn't trying to build it all like this, man. I'm fucking up. So, based off of this, 6 chapters in, let's be clear. God is not perfect. God is fully flawed. God can make bad decisions. So my question is, why are you so hard on yourself in your little life compared to God and his big one? You know what I'm saying? I bet ain't no preacher he ain't never broke it down like this. So then you have this God who created this mess. Hello, Black Pearl. That created this mess, but he blames everybody else for fucking up and keep fucking up and keep fucking up and keep fucking up. God, where is your accountability for you the one that started all this shit and you let it get out of hand? That's why that God don't play about me. That song is such bullshit. Because that's all he do. That's all he been doing forever, bitch. It's like playing with everybody, bitch. Like with no fucking remorse. And whenever he get tired, he just wipe everything fucking clean, bitch, and start over. And that shit be fucked up too. Like, bro, how are you asking me to strive for perfection when you fail at it yourself? I absolutely agree, Tay Tay. When you bring up these Christians always refer back to free will, but what is free will without instruction? Well, it don't seem like he gave nobody instruction. He didn't give anybody instruction. He just expected this blind loyalty. And that's what people expect now. And you're not supposed to question shit about it. It's just supposed to be this fucking blind loyalty. Just do what I say and don't ask no questions. That's what he was looking for me. That's what I receive. And you could tell me what you think. But I feel like that's what God was looking for when he created this. He wanted people to just praise and worship him. Don't question shit. Take whatever. Because even if he was lonely, you couldn't have created better situations for people than people you could have created situations for them to live. Like, oh, you got instruction, the 10 Commandments. Oh, now you giving it to, like, child, okay, I digress. Let me get back to this. So then, absolutely, I completely fucking agree, because that's a fucking mess. That is a fucking mess. Since the creation of this bitch, a fucking mess. So then you have Genesis 6 and 3. That's the 120-year countdown. My spirit shall not always strive with man. Good morning. Yet his days shall be 120 years. My spirit shall not always strive with man. Yet his days shall be 120 years. That is such a divine ultimatum. My spirit shall not always strive with man. Yet his days will be 120 years. You see the contradiction in it? Because what does that mean? That means a lifespan limitation or a countdown before judgment. God does not argue forever. There is a point where mercy shifts into verdict. Very judgy. And this wasn't even an emotional rage. I feel like it was a buildup. Like he let all of this shit build up so he could really act a fool. And I think that's fucked up. Since the beginning. Like, how can you read this the way that we're reading it and we're breaking it down now? How could you have such blind faith and such blind loyalty to that? Tell me what you think. I want to know your opinion about that. 120-year countdown, like the sound of the clock starting. He said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, yet his days shall be 120 years. That's Genesis 6 and 3. There's no thunder, there's no flood yet, just a sentence. But it is the moment the clock begins ticking. Because what does the word strive mean? The Hebrew word implies contend, plead, govern, or restrain. So in other words, God's spirit was actively holding humanity back from full self-destruction while at the same time feeding it. So the thing that he should have been starving, he was feeding it without instructions. See, Genesis 6 is not just about people being bad. It's about restraint being withdrawn. See, when God says, my spirit shall not always strive, he's saying, I will not indefinitely wrestle with your rebellion. That is terrifying. Don't y'all think so? That is fucking terrifying. That is terrifying. We should be terrified. That is crazy work. So, two major interpretations. A lifespan expectation. human life expectancy would eventually narrow. So there would be no more 900-year reigns, no more centuries to accumulate unchecked corruption. Time itself would be shortened. Mercy through limitation. You cannot dominate forever. That's why you don't get stuck at that job for 20, thinking you're going to be there 20, 30 years. Like, you can't do that because it was written that way. See, a countdown to judgment, that's the darker impression. God gave humanity 120 years before the flood. A probationary period, a grace window, a financial opportunity. Look, for 120 years, Noah builds. The hammer echoes. The sky remains dry. People mock. The ark becomes a sermon in wood. And the clock keeps ticking. There was no divine temper. This is a legal language. Shall not always strive. Reads like a judge saying the court will not deliberate indefinitely. There is no procedural limit to patience. Like, God's patience is immense, right? But it's not infinite tolerance of violence. However, that's all that's happened, because then it's trying to tell you that mercy has a horizon. So theologically speaking, the verse introduces a pattern seen throughout the scripture. Corruption rises, God warns, time is granted, repentance is possible, judgment eventually falls. So the dark weight of Genesis 6 is not that God destroys, is that he waited. He waited 120 years of waiting, of settling, of just seeing the bullshit and letting everybody play with everybody. You goddamn right he got you. You goddamn right. Because striving implies tension. So God was contending with humanity internally, convicting, prompting, restraining. So when that striving lifts, humanity is left alone with impulses and no instruction. And that is more frightening than fucking thunder, don't you think? Because the real warning is that the flood does not begin with rain. It began with God stepping back, the spirit ceasing to wrestle. When mercy shifts into verdict, the atmosphere changes long before the storm. Ain't that how it is when you in a relationship with a nigga? When you in a relationship with a person, period, you leave that motherfucker emotionally before you do physically. Is this not life imitating art? Is this not life imitating the Bible? Has it not always been this way? That's why I say you have to live and live your life abundantly for you. Because we see here, this is a direct reflection of what has not been done. You put me here, you don't give me no directions, you don't give me no instructions, but yet you punish me when I make a fucking mistake that you never even taught me. All of these fucking incomplete lessons. Like, bro, what in the entire fuck? Oh, he don't want forever now. And he don't want to negotiate endlessly. Child. Then you have Genesis 6 and 5. That's total moral decay. Every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. See, this verse, let me break down the grammar. Every imagination of the thoughts of his heart, only evil. That's a comprehensive corruption. This is not behavior modification territory. This is a rot. See, the word imagination, the Hebrew word imagination, this word translated imaginate refers to formation. It refers to forming. It refers to internal construction, meaning corruption was not just an action, it was creativity in planning. It was a fucking rehearsal. So humanity created a facility, the same facility used to name animals and build civilization, also had turned violent. So when imagination is hijacked, destruction becomes innovation. Systemic corruption. This is not an isolated sin, y'all. It's a cultural saturation. Is that not what the fuck is going on now? See, everybody teach about sin, but they don't teach about sin. See, sin moves in stages. Behavior, individual wrongdoing. Normalization, repetition without shame. Institutionalization, embedded in systems. Identity, this is just who we are. So Genesis describes stage 4, and there's no internal resistance left. Consequence is quiet. Conviction is ignored, and violence is entertainment. Spiritual entropy has reached maximum density. Think about this. Violence is entertainment. The only thing that sells is when people going off on somebody, people cussing somebody out, people saying something mean, like that type of shit. Has it not always been like this? We look at the Bible as a savior, but we never looked at it as a resource for living, a resource for the past, a resource to explain why generational curses exist. We never looked at it like that before, and you should. The Bible is such a fucking instructional tool, but you got to use it the right fucking way. See, did you miss me? See, the thing about it is, sin does not remain private. It metastasizes just like cancer, bitch. Ugh, the dramatic close-up. Then you have the divine grief. That's Genesis 6 and 6. What the fuck? I hate my camera. I love my camera, but I hate it. There you go. You have the divine grief. That's Genesis 6 and 6. So it repented the Lord. It repented the Lord. Hello, greetings to you too. And it grieved him at his heart. It repented the Lord, and it grieved him at his heart. See, this is describing divine response in human language. It doesn't mean that God made an error, but he did. It means the rational covenant was ruptured. The creator is not surprised. He should not be surprised, but he's wounded. So now he get to be the victim. I did all of this for everybody, and I created this world for everybody, but you didn't teach them everything. You gave these incomplete lessons. That's why you have incomplete lessons. That's why it's so easy to be the victim. Sometimes we be the victim and we be the villain of our own chaos. Because he said he's wounded. In 6 and 6, he's wounded. Because the word grieved implies a deep emotional pain, sorrow, anguish, internal heaviness. So theologically, this is staggering. Because God is not detached from moral collapse. He feels the rupture. But he created it. So how can he be all knowing with all these fuck ups? Well, he created the fuck up. That's how he know. My question is why? Why would you do that? Because if you created a place and everybody fucking up, and then you wipe the whole world out and you start again and they fuck up again, it's you. It's you. Because this is another opportunity, like you said, Heart Deacon, it's another opportunity that God could have said, you know what, I fucked up. Just like when the brothers, Cain and Abel. He could have went to Cain better and explained it better, but he didn't do that. Incomplete lessons. How many incomplete lessons have you been taught? Then the verdict. The verdict is in Genesis 6 and 7. I will destroy man whom I created. I will destroy man whom I created. I will destroy men who I created. If you are ever wanting to knock some people down that you helped build up, a simple beeswax candle in Genesis 6 and 7. Now, the key of it is you had to be the one to build them up. These niggas, y'all be Genesis 6 and 7 with a motherfucking beeswax candle will destroy all of that. Because all you got to say is, I will destroy the man whom I created. See, the Hebrew implies wiping clean, blotting out, erasing from surface. See, this is decreation language. So Genesis 1, God separated the waters. He established boundaries. He created order. I agree, Tiffany. Wait till I get on Job, baby. If you understand me now. Then you have Genesis 6. Water reunites, boundaries collapse, chaos returns. See, the flood is not a natural disaster. It's reversible. Creation undone because the covenant was abandoned. But who fucking abandoned the covenant? There was this cosmic reset. The flood mirrors Genesis 1 intentionally. Darkness, water, a vessel carrying life, a new beginning. See, judgment becomes a pathway to renewal. This isn't rage, it's a controlled deconstruction. That's what he was trying to do. But if he was so perfect, why the fuck did he just do it? But then he created an exception, just like Seth, right? Just like Seth was the exception because Seth was the good guy. So now he creates another exception. Noah. Noah is introduced in Genesis chapter 6, verse 8 and 9. He said, but Noah found grace. Who else found grace? Who else found grace? We just talked about it last week. Who else found grace? See, this is the first time grace appears in scripture. Genesis chapter 6, 8 through 9. But that's right, Enoch. Yeah, come on. Enoch. So now you have Enoch. So now Noah found grace. This is the first time the word grace appears in scripture. If you are needing grace about a situation, if you are needing grace about a situation, a little bit of Van oil. And if you don't have any Van oil, get you some olive oil, a little frankincense and myrrh. And verse Genesis 6, 8 through 9. But Noah found grace. I want the same grace that you gave Noah. I need it for this situation. This is great for criminal case work. Somebody owe you some money. I need that kind of grace. Y'all see what we doing here? See, I'm teaching and I'm giving you spell work within the spell book. It's all in there. I'm giving you gems. It's all in there. So grace appears in the darkest chapter. He didn't mention grace in Eden, not in perfection, in collapse. So Noah is described as just, meaning equally right. He was perfect, meaning whole, integrated, not sinless, but complete in devotion. And then walking with God, that's a rational continuity. While culture deteriorates, one man maintained alignment, and that was Noah. Noah does not reform society. He does not debate giants. He does not campaign moral rival. He walks with God and he builds. This the thing. Come on, Heart of Deacon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate when y'all donate. Every donation is big to me. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Many blessings may in return. Righteousness does not always change the era. Sometimes it preserves a remnant. There will be seasons where you cannot fix the system. You cannot redeem the culture. Only you can remain aligned. Noah survived what he can't stop. That's why I always tell y'all, I don't give a damn what's going on around you. What are you doing? What are you building? Even now, in this moment, what are you building? Because if God gave grace to Noah, why in the fuck wouldn't he give grace to you? All right. Then you have Genesis 6:14 through 22. God gives dimensions. He gives measurements. He gives materials. He gives engineering instructions. So faith became carpentry. Because the ark is structured. It's sealed with pitch. That's like atonement imagery, like covering or protection. And it built before evidence appeared. So there has never been rain before this. So Noah is building a phenomenal humanity has never, a phenomenon that humanity has never witnessed. And this is obedience without precedence, which is what God wanted, if you think about it. But can you imagine the ridicule factor in this? For decades, the hammering, the wood cutting, the structures rising, and no clouds, not a cloud in sight. The ark became a visible contradiction to public opinion. So faith is not emotional belief here. It's sustained compliance under social pressure. No, it did not rain. There was no such thing as rain before this. So imagine building all that for 120 years and it wasn't even a cloud in the sky. But he still did it anyway. See, salvation is constructed while society laughs. And I'm going to say this to you, and I want you to hear me. Do that crazy thing that you always wanted to do. It might be the best thing you ever did. Take that chance. No one has to see and be your provision for you to have vision. Salvation was constructed while society laughed. When I said that I was going to make a YouTube channel, they didn't have many witches that looked like me. They didn't have many witches that were Black. Let's just be clear. I get my Black ass on here. They had never really seen stuff like that. And now I'm opening myself up for everybody to see. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. Alicia does. Thank you, baby. Many blessings to you. Thank you. Thank you. See, by the time the first drop falls, the door is already built. See, Genesis 6 teaches corruption saturates culture. God grieves before he judges. Judgment resets what rebellion distorts, grace appears and collapse. Righteousness survives what it cannot reform, and faith builds before evidence. And when the rain begins, it's too late to start measuring wood now. See, sin had leveled up. It wasn't personal, it was cultural. And it moved like this. Someone sinned, people normalized it, systems protected, culture celebrates it, and now it's identity. Genesis 6 is stage 5. Nobody blushes anymore. Nobody repents anymore. Nobody even argues about it. So when your imagination is corrupt, destruction becomes strategic. And then what it say? It said God grieved. How you the victim here, bro? It grieved him at his heart. Put a pin in it right there. God is not annoyed, right? He's not irritated. He's not pacing the heavens saying, I can't believe these humans. It said he was grieving. This is the sorrow of a designer watching his design weaponize itself. You can look at it like that. You can look at it like this is parental heartbreak, but why you didn't stop it before? And then you let it build up and build up and build up and build up. And now you're so angry and resentful and hurtful. Like, it said the word grief. Grief sits heavy. Then it said, I will destroy man. The Hebrews implied wiping it clean. Ah, he played this Uno reverse and still fucking lost. Because if you think about it in the terms of what it is, God's still losing today. With all this integration, every opportunity that he has to stop it, he never does. No, he does not. But continually wants to punish you. Okay, dramatic close up. But he continually wants to punish you. He could have stopped it at any time. Sit with that. He could have stopped the man talking to you like that, beating on you, hitting you. He could have stopped. Or you done worked yourself till you got sick. He could have eliminated some of your issues and problems. So you had to work so much. But he said Noah found grace. In the midst of the collapse, one man is walking straight. Can you imagine? Not perfect, like flawless. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for saying it too. I am making a difference. Thank you. I wonder as I do these, I'm like, I wonder if people gonna still watch these. But and I because I don't know how long it's gonna take me to do the whole Bible. But I didn't know when I started this. I didn't know. I just started doing it, and I'm glad I'm making a difference. I'm trying. I don't want to just be doing some shit. I want to do some shit because it's the right shit. Because as we see here, The right shit wasn't ever done. If church had been like this, look, if I were having church, I think we might come in to get everybody hyped up and crunk and shit. That would be worship. And then we probably I probably teach real quick. Hi. I probably teach real quick. You know, nothing major. Have like some food. You know, we could chill. You know, watch movies and shit at the church. People, if they make stuff, they could bring stuff to the church. They could see it. I could just see it now. You just set up and come in there and get your word and and then you just go out. Look, you're gonna be in front row, okay? Everybody be cute. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, what? Oh, like literally, you have to walk the red carpet as you coming in the church, okay? And you gotta walk the red carpet. That means you need to be in your best, bitch. Like, and everybody, everybody just, you know what I'm saying? Who got the best bundles, bitch? Who got the best buzz down? We doing it. Look, we want the best. We want opulence in this bitch. Like, I could just see it. Like, baby, everything. Everything. Yes, there will be a smoking session. You are absolutely the fuck correct. Yes. And you can smoke while you watching because that's when you really can fucking that's when you really can fucking listen when you smoking. Shit. Daddy. Oh, Duchess, my email has been chose spiritual name on my knees. Oh, okay. Sign me up for the post. Listen. Is that the Beyonce hand wave? When the first baptism gonna probably be at my house when I hit my swim pool. The swim pool I want to have built in my backyard. You love my house. Thank you. These are old. These like 4 or 5 years old. I don't never take them off. But anyway, if I had a church, we might be listening to, some old Jeezy when you walking in. They were like, oh, and then you were like, oh, okay, I see what type of time we on. Bricks, all white brick. Now I was flushing. And then we might listen to some Gucci, please. No, I'm playing. I'm just because I need you to know what type of time we on up in here. And then we have like a little boutique if you want to step your little game up. You got designers and shit in there. Look, we gonna make you do what it do. I would be so excited to attend this church. I was motivated. I was on top of church. Listen, and my thing is, if you need to cuss, then cuss. If you need to be like, I know that's right, shit, say it. Like, I'm talking about Gucci, please. Like, I'm talking about for real. Like, and then if you start praying or something and you start thinking about some fucking or something like that, or somebody in your pussy or fucking something, you be like, you know what, y'all, my bad. My mind went somewhere else, y'all, my bad. And then somebody be like, what was you thinking? And then you say, oh, I was thinking about getting fucked. And they were like, shit, I already know. Amen. I say, like, I just, oh, a little Trina old school praise and worship. You know now, nigga, Then been the places I've been because we trying to manifest it. Spend the money I spend. Look, we trying to manifest it. Like, we be on some manifesting shit. Everybody need to bring their white candle. Everybody lighting some shit. We not bitching about nothing. We have a praise report. Like, y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. Look, y'all gonna be like, I ain't gonna believe this shit. You know how after Black Church they go eat at Big Mama house, where we gonna eat? Oh, we gonna have a big ass motherfucking restaurant in the back. You know what I'm saying? And bottomless mimosas. Wouldn't that be awesome to have a bottomless mimosa? And like, this the thing. Everybody get motherfucking valet because everybody rocking the same. Like, you can't even attend a church. You like part of the y'all. Part of the new membership is that we need to find out what you need to do the work for you so we can get your money up. That's part of the new membership. Like, where you at in your life? What you doing? What you trying to do? What kind of car you got? Where you living at? Okay. What kind of education you got? Okay, cool. Let's okay, so part of your new orientation, new member orientation is we need to get these finances together. We need to get where you stand. We need to, everything needs to be an upgrade. And you gotta be here, at least a month. Take all the classes. You know what I'm saying? So we can get your money up. So when you valet, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got instructions, everybody got work. And one of the qualifications, they be like, did you do your work? Oh, I did. Look, this is the proof. Like, you know, like hold some accountability. Like, because we're not gonna come to the church and then leave the same way. Like, that's not what I want. Because, bitch, before you leave, what you learned today? What was your lesson today? How will you be applying it to your life today? Like, I can completely see me having, and I couldn't see that before, but I can completely see me having like a church. And ain't gonna be no mean girl energy, ain't gonna be no gatekeeper, nothing like that. We're gonna be respectful in this bitch because we all for the same shit. We all doing the same thing. We all covering each other. Like, we are a fucking community in this church. Like, we are educating, we are following through, we are working with each other. If somebody needs something, we're not just going to give them what they need. We're going to give them the tools so they can sustain it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would do it like that. Like, in my mind, that's how I see groups. That's how I see how Facebook should be ran. I feel like if you're going to make church a business, make it a community business. Like, I'm talking about like some Wall Street type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody eat it. And this person might eat a little bit more. Well, this bitch got 7 businesses. This bitch over here just got 2. But she's okay with her 2. And she's okay with her 7. There's no jealousy because everybody eat. And if you do get that in your spirit, you go, you know what? You come up and say, you know what? I'm dealing with something. I'm being jealous right now. But I realize I need to focus on me more. Because why am I looking at you like that? Like, I want some accountability like that. I could see a church like that. You know what I'm saying? First Sunday, everybody fly as fuck. Church anniversaries, everybody's fly as fuck. And then when you give your 10%, you're not even worried about it, bitch, because you got so much motherfucking money, it don't even fucking matter. 10% is nothing, bitch. It's a coin in a bucket. Boop. Like, it's nothing to you. But like, girl, let me go and drop off this $10,000 to her. Because I just made 100 racks. Like, I just made $100,000 here. It's nothing. Like, I can see that. And nobody's jealous. Nobody, like, because everybody on that one accord. Like, I feel like that be the problem. And you ain't got to do no whole bunch of singing and shit. You a true forgive, bitch. You sitting there. I ain't even finished with my phone just steady going out with just fucking gifts and donations. And then this the thing. At the end of the month, you get to see where all the money went. That's all I'm saying. Ain't no competition. Ain't no competition. Because everybody don't want to accord. Everybody trying to get this money. Everybody trying to get this bread. Everybody trying to get this come up. We are all on one accord. And when we fall short, we be accountable to that. With you on the snacks and the smoking section already. And I wouldn't give a damn if you gay, down low, trans. I wouldn't give a fuck what you are. Are you about your bread? Are you about living opulent? Are you about living right within yourself? Like, I would be on some shit like that. Are you healed? Let's get you healed so you can get this money, so you can live life in abundance. Let's change all of this. This, like, I could just see it. But anyway. And then this the thing too. We ain't gonna talk about the devil because he wasn't the same. All right. All right. Again, building a world that's laughing. Imagine building a 450-foot boat in dry climate, no rain in sight, in human memory. They don't even know what rain is in human memory for 120 years. While people are walking by saying, hey, Noah, you still working on that, Noah? Hey, Noah, you got some more wood? Hey, Noah, what are you doing it for? And then he tell them and they laugh. That's faith like a motherfucker. That ain't just vibes. That ain't just manifestation. That ain't just carpentry. That's a measured obedience I don't know if I would have. But you should have it about yourself and your dreams and your vision. And stop expecting people to be the provision for your vision because they're never going to be there. See, again, Noah did not reform the culture. He survived it. And sometimes righteousness doesn't change the era. It just outlines it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it do. So what do you think? 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 Why not? Why not bring him up? What do you think? Because that's you. Y'all have these great visions. Y'all have these great creative plans. Y'all have these great ideas. But because of what you think that someone else might think about what you want to do, and they don't even understand your vision because it's your vision, you don't do it. Noah is so important because he did it when the word of what he was doing it for didn't even exist, had never even been thought about. It wasn't a cloud in the sky. I'm being Noah right now. All right, then you be Noah too. Here we are, a world where imagination is corrupt, violence is normalized, power is unrestrained, and God is grieving. Genesis 6 was not about animals. It's about what happens when humanity refuses restraint. But humanity was never taught restraint. And the most sobering part is that the flood didn't begin with the rain. It began when God said, my spirit will not always strive. That moment, restraint lifts, it collapses, it accelerates. And then there's a pause. And in the middle of all that, it was Noah. Not campaigning, campaigning, not complaining, not arguing, not trying to fix giants. Listen, are you listening to that? He was walking. He wasn't still. He was building. He wasn't depressed in the closet, in the corner, in the dark. Oh, thank you. Many blessings to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. May it return 100-fold to you. Thank you. While everybody was laughing. See, righteousness, again, does not always change the culture. Sometimes it just simply survives it, and that's enough. You are enough to be Noah. You're enough. Because when the rain did start, the debates ended. When the doors shut, opinions stopped mattering. When the water rose, only what was built in obedience floated. So Genesis 6 forces a question. And I want you to think about this. Are you blending into the decay? Or are you building something that can survive judgment? Because grace is offered, but it is not indefinite. In your clock, it's always running. And when mercy becomes verdict, the only thing remains is what is aligned or what was aligned. Next week, we enter the storm. We talk about the storm. But until then, I want y'all to build the time that you build. And now the doors of the church are open. I hope that you got what you needed. But how do you maintain unshakable faith if there is nothing noticeable progress in what you're doing? Well, Solomon in the Bible, a Hebrew teaching said that Solomon said, "And this too shall pass." And so what that means is even if something's good happening for you, it's still temporary. It's going to pass. Even if something's bad happening for you, it's temporary. It's going to pass. But you can't stop. How do you maintain unshakable faith if there's not noticeable progress in what you're doing? It is. See, y'all be looking for big wins, and that's the problem. You miss all the small ones. All right, so you don't like that job, but you got a job. And if you don't like it, you update your resume, you learn new skills at this job so they can add to be another one, but you don't stop. All right, you have a business. Are you putting everything into that business? Or because you did a little bit and nothing progressed the way that you thought it was progressing, you just stopped? See, faith is a internal alignment. Feedback is external confirmation. When there's no noticeable progress, what you're really experiencing is a delay in feedback, not necessarily a failure of movement. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So if there's no growth or there's no applause, is that what you're looking for? See, a lot of foundations, they grow invisibly. They don't grow where you can see them. They're behind the scenes. And then a lot of times, y'all don't understand the root season. See, in agriculture, there is a period where nothing is visible above the soil. That doesn't mean that nothing is happening. Roots are being strengthened, soil is being adjusting, and systems are being stabilizing right below the surface. So spiritually and psychologically, this phase builds your nervous system regulation, your emotional endurance, your identity stability, your decision maturity. See, if growth happened before your internal systems could hold it, it would collapse, which is what happened here. So your question is, how do you maintain unshakable faith if there's not a noticeable progress in what you're doing? See, the shift from outcome-based faith to identity-based faith is what we're talking about here. Outcome-based faith says, I'll believe it when I see it. Identity-based faith is saying, I move like the woman who already knows. That's the difference. So you often teach layered systems in cycles, but you apply the same framework to yourself. So instead of asking, is it working? Ask, am I behaving like someone whose work works? See, faith stabilizes when identity is clear. And I don't know if I'm answering that correctly, but I'm just going with what you asked me. I'm going with what spirit is saying to me about it. You know what I'm saying? I believe what I'm doing, the right steps. I've been consistent. Good. Yeah, good. That part playing, I got a pocket full of stuff. Okay. Um, See, unshakable faith is not blind stubbornness. I want you to think about these four things. Is my strategy clear? Because we don't think strategy, we think emotionally. Is this execution consistent? Because a lot of times the only thing we be consistent about is dick, or some cooch. Or is my timeline realistic? It's just like I'm working on a cookbook. I'm also working on my other book, and I'm doing them simultaneously. I got upset because I gave myself a unrealistic timeline. Well, that cookbook, that hoodoo cookbook, it's over 359 pages. That cookbook has so much history that I've written in it. I had to contact the Library of Congress. So me just writing something based off of 1927, based off my mother's teachings, I had to do a little bit more research. That's why I haven't put it out. It's almost there because we get ready to print now. But do you understand what I'm saying to you? Is the expectation, is it inflated? Are you having unrealistic expectations for yourself? See, sometimes progress is slow because capacity is being stretched. Sometimes your focus is split. Well, you got a business over here and you're trying to do this, but you got this nigga over here that's draining the fuck out of you with everything else. Is your energy leaking out somewhere? See, matrix are vague. See, clarity restores confidence. I hope I'm answering it. I really am. Faith isn't loud. It's just repetitive and it's disciplined and it's calm. So the question is, how do I keep believing? The real question is, can I stay steady when there's no applause? Because that's where the unshakable faith is kind of forged. Okay. And again, I don't know it all. And I'm just speaking from what I've learned. I'm just speaking from what I've seen. I'm just speaking from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? And if you have something that you can add to it and make it divinely your own. I think what happens is we're expecting all these big things, and sometimes they just don't happen. There's variables to everything in life. There's variables. It's just not black and white. There's colors in between. And you got to be kind to yourself and keep that in mind. Time is always on your side when you're moving. Time ain't on your side when you're being still. All right? So this concludes chapter 6. Please like, comment, share. This series, we're going into chapter 7 on next week, but this series, I have over almost a million views on this series, and I've never had that before. So I'm so humbled and I'm so thankful that this really, people really gravitated to it. And I also finally got my 100K. So as far as subscribers, so thank you guys again. I don't take any of this lightly. I appreciate everything that you guys do for me. And I appreciate the fact that you appreciate me teaching. Because without you, I would have an empty platform. And I'm very honored. And I don't take any of this lightly. And I just feel like this is just a part of the evolution and the growth of MLD and my brand, and also me as a person. And I hope that you grow and stuff as well. Thank you guys for today. Thank you for sharing some of this Sunday with me. Please note your donations. They always go to helping other people. I will continue to do that. So thank you for donating. Thank you for in the super chat. Thank you for, you can go onto my website and donate as well. I'm not monetized the way that most people are. So when y'all give me donations, that helps me to feel like I'm being compensated for this, what I'm giving. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that too. I really, really do. So you guys definitely have a great Monday. Make this lesson applicable to your week. Watch my other videos, book a consultation or a conversation, or book a reading with me. I will help you, I promise. All right. So, thank you. Thank you for saying that. My life reflects what I teach. Ashe. Thank you guys. Have a great, phenomenal week. And I have a wonderful Sunday. Ashe.